Leavenworth Hat Shop, where it's at. Ready? Oh yeah. Thumbs up.
Which way are you going?
We went from Zama.
And we're back. And we're literally hiking through a ski resort. I had some people ask me if I was okay after that last stretch, just because it was so stressful. And it was just a lot went wrong. And no, not even an ounce of me considered quitting. I still am having so much fun out here. I love being out here despite the challenges and the hardships. That's all part of the experience, and I knew that from the beginning. So no, I'm not even thinking about quitting, no. Made it to camp after about an 8-mile day, which I'm happy with. And here's home for the night. I don't know if y'all can hear that. It sounds like a whistle. That is a very unhappy marmot. And when they scream, it is so freaking loud. Guess what? We're standing at mile 200 right now. Woo! Oh yeah. My turn next. Woo! That was the best dip yet. And we actually just ran into one of our followers, Double Tap, who is going the other direction, and she was like, you have to jump into that lake. And so thank you, Double Tap. That was the best idea ever. Woo! And I needed it. It's a hot one today. We gotta cross this one. And this is where people tell you to cross, but I think this looks sketchy. And Parks just crossed really easy, like right up there. So I think that's where I'm gonna go. It looks scary, but this feels a lot better than down there. We made it across the water, by the way. But did you just fart? I want to give a little lesson on hiking etiquette because a lot of people just don't know, and I never get too mad or frustrated when people do this because I just assume they're not aware. But whenever hikers are going uphill, they always have the right of way. And the reason why is it's a lot harder to stop and then gain momentum going uphill than it is for downhill hikers. So if you ever find yourself going downhill and you see a hiker coming uphill, move to the side for them. It would be greatly appreciated. Such a beautiful campsite after an 18-mile day, but the mosquitoes are horrendous.
Pretty bad.
Like, so bad. Washing socks in the river. Is it laundry day?
For these guys, it is.
It's so pretty over here. There's like meadows and lakes everywhere right now, and it's been so pretty. So the only downside to hiking SOBO in Washington is you miss blueberry season, but what we do have is thimbleberries, and they are so good. And they look like little raspberries. They taste like raspberries, and they are everywhere. Another 18-mile day. We freaking made it. I am literally in heaven. Literally in heaven. Setting up camp right there. Lake's right over there. Drying off right now. No mosquitoes? Are you kidding me? Like, what is wrong here? I'm waiting for it. We did retreat over here because the mosquitoes did end up coming.
They're very bad.
But still no complaints. I popped Parks' sleeping pad bad last night. I don't even know what I did. My food bag was on it, and I think I accidentally tripped on my food bag while I was getting up, and it just punctured, the buckle punctured a big hole in his sleeping pad, and we patched it up, but I think it still has a slight leak, and I feel horrible about it, and he's not happy about it either. He knows it was an accident. I keep trying to give him mine, but he won't do it, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to patch up the hole a little bit better. It's like when that kind of stuff happens out here, it just sucks. It sucks so bad. Just took a dip, and we needed it because it is freaking hot today. It's been so hot all week, and any chance we get, we jump it. That was one crazy climb, and we freaking killed it.
Sponsored by Wu-Tang.
Woo! Another big climb. We came from all the way over there. Went all the way around. Up here. And now we only have maybe a mile left. And this is our view.
Call the wild, call away.
There's a marmot. He's standing up.
It's almost falling backwards.
I don't know if you can see him. Closing in on a 19.5-mile day. I'm over it. I'm so exhausted. And I'm hurting so bad. All over. It's so pretty though. Good morning. We woke up bright and early because it's town day. We're heading to Snoqualmie Pass, and we camped with a couple of weekend backpackers yesterday who said they can give us a ride into Seattle. And then we're gonna stay with my best friend Megan and have a barbecue at her apartment, and I'm so excited. And honestly, it's just been Parks and I this week, so I'm a little bit ready for some social interaction. Woo, you do not want to fall here. Little scary. So funny story. Yesterday we passed some weekend backpackers. Since we're so close to Seattle, there's a lot of very clean and nice smelling people out here who are just like here for a weekend or whatever. And I don't even know if this couple realized what trail they were hiking on, but they were like, hey guys, you're probably going where we're going. And I was like, I looked at them and I was like, I don't think so. They're like, aren't you camping at the lake? And I was like, I don't really know where I'm camping tonight. They're like, well, where are you going? I was like, Mexico. And they just looked at me like I was crazy. I don't think they even realize that this trail goes to Mexico and that I'm through hiking it. Anyways, it was funny. Here's another one, King of the Jungle. He's cleaning his face. I want him to yell at us. We call them meat mines because they literally are like the cutest little hamsters and they go meep, meep. We made it. So our friend Jordan, who is biking across Washington right now, told us to stop by and pick up a treasure that he left for us. Thank you so much for the bottle of wine.
See, fields. Cow pies.
That was literally the best hitch ever. Andy and Charlie, you guys are awesome. Like seriously, just amazing people. So now we're in Seattle waiting for my best friend to pick us up from here. And I'm so ready to have a day off.
Oh, boring.
Yeehaw! Town day done right.
Oh yeah.
Of course, we're back at a bakery with a new. You want me to throw it?
So you never even like do this. I waited 6 months for it to like custom make it, and then like after that, like. Tourist.
Being Seattle tourists.
Good.
We got homemade watermelon juice, homemade hummus,
Walnut hummus.
walnut hummus. This is just like the first course. The Curry Diaries, right?
Curry Diaries. Going worldwide.
We feasted. Good morning. This is my last night sleeping in a bed. We are getting ready to hit the shuttle that leaves from downtown Seattle and takes you back up the mountain. But Parks overdid it last night and ate so much food that he projectile vomited probably 5 times last night. Literally woke up to be given a latte by the mastermind, the artiste. And let's see, Parks, how you feeling? You ready to get back out there?
Ready to go to sleep, but I'm gonna go walk 15, 20, 28, 38.
No way. And the trail is welcoming us back to a very gloomy, rainy day. It's actually not too bad. It's actually very welcomed because the trail has been so hot lately. So it's kind of nice to be hiking. I feel a little chilly for a change. It feels really good to be back. We are not rested whatsoever though. Parks is up all night. We just feel like we always leave town feeling more exhausted than we did on trail. But it was so nice. I just can't get over how loved and supported we are by our friends. Like, our friends off trail have just really shown up for us. And to be on the receiving end of that much kindness has impacted us so much. And out here you reflect a lot on the blessings you have in your life. And I think that's been my biggest takeaway so far, is just like how amazing our friends and family are, who love and support us so well, who clothe us and feed us and clean us, and it's really touching. It has been so quiet and peaceful today, and I'm so grateful for the rain because no mosquitoes. We decided to call it an early day, and I think we did about 12 miles today. We're just so exhausted, and it's just like we're not gonna suffer out here if we have to just to do miles. So we're gonna eat some dinner and go to bed super early and knock out some bigger miles tomorrow. But this is camp for the night. And here's a thing that we always do whenever we pick a camp spot, especially in the woods. We have to check for widowmakers, which is something like that right there. That could fall potentially, but based on how it's leaning, it won't fall on us. But it's just something we always have to be mindful of whenever we pick out our campsites. We just check and make sure all the trees look good and that there won't be anything squishing us tonight. I am very proud of this dinner. So tonight we have a walking taco. So I've got a layer of Fritos, spinach, what else? Where's the bean dip? Oh, bean dip. Some dried tomatoes and hot sauce, and then avocado. It actually feels like I'm eating a real dinner tonight. Good morning. We went to bed at like 7:30 last night and woke up at 7:30 a.m. So, reason why we slept in so much is because it poured. It's like wet pine needles all over the tent. Parks' sleeping bag got wet. I stayed pretty dry, but we're just like, we're not gonna leave the tent when it's pouring right now. So it's finally stopping. Gonna eat breakfast, pretty much do everything from inside, and then figure out a way to dry off everything. So in our time in Seattle, we definitely got a lot of chores done. Parks fixed my trekking pole strap with some of our bear hang rope. I got new trekking pole tips, and I am working on getting Nemo to replace my sleeping pad. In the meantime, I'll be blowing it up once every night in the middle of the night. It's not that bad. It's like 3 breaths and I'm good, but still it's annoying and it wakes me up in the middle of the night. Our camera lens did not get to Seattle on time, so now we're having our friends bump it up to wherever our next resupply is once they receive it. That's annoying, but honestly, I'm not that upset about it because I've been very impressed with how good of pictures my phone has been taking, and it just allows me to be a lot more present out here. Instead of like seeing a view and feeling the need to snap pictures of it, I'm able to enjoy it a lot more and just be a lot more present. Eating lunch, and we are in a field of huckleberries. Let's see your harvest. Oh! So we've been really spoiled out here so far when it comes to water. Like, I've really never had to carry more than 1.5 liters at a time, which is nothing. But usually the math is 1 liter will last you about 5 miles. I'm a freak, and I've never drank enough water my whole life, which has trained me well for this. So I can go like 10 miles on 1 liter as long as I camel up at the water source, otherwise known as drink as much water as you possibly can until you feel like you're about to burst. But right now we're entering a dry stretch. So our next water source is like 7.5 miles away, but then after that, there's reports of the water source in like 11 miles, a lot of people have been getting sick from norovirus. And that is a horrible sickness that gets around on trail. It's super contagious, and it's caused by, I think, fecal matter. And there's a water, like, the only chance to get water is right next to this cabin, and it's just not clean, and a lot of people have been getting sick, which means we have about, I think, 20 miles of no water, which is really hard to wrap your mind around when you've been spoiled this whole time. So we made it to our water source, and we're realizing if we push it and do a 20-mile day today, it would require us to carry 5 liters of water and then dry camp and then have enough to go another 11 miles without water the next day, which it's just so much weight. It's so much weight. So I think we may just call it early today and hike 18 miles instead and camp here so we have water, and then we'll just load up when we leave in the morning. That way we're not dry camping and we're not having to worry about, you know, using too much of our water at camp. It's just a lot easier to do this, so I think we're gonna do that instead. We cowboy camped last night because there were no mosquitoes. Slept great. And now we're ready to go. It's been some tough hiking today. Just a lot of big climbs starting off straight out of bed. And there aren't any switchbacks, so it's just been so steep. And my legs already feel so tired, even though we still have a long day ahead of us. We're trying to do 22 miles today, we'll see. And it's just like a super dry stretch. So when we left this morning, we were planning on not having water for 11.5 miles. We found out there's another water source that is a little bit more reliable and less sketchy, but still a little sketchy. So we've got plenty of water, but hopefully we'll be able to re-up there. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. There's Mount Rainier. I recorded about 30 seconds too late because Parks almost fell down the mountain because he tried to stand on that stump and it was so dead it just rotted and he started tumbling. Whew! You good?
Can't win them all.
Parks just informed me that he forgot his trekking poles where we ate lunch, and that was
1.5.
1.5 miles ago. So he's got to go back and get them. I mean, we need those for the tent, so.
See ya.
See you in a little bit, I guess. That adds like 3 miles to his day. That sucks. We made it 20 miles today.
22.4.
For you, because you lost your trekking poles.
That's what I do, everybody.
And we're going to celebrate with some ramen. And it's so cold out right now. This is by far the chilliest it's been. So we are cooped up in the tent.